Então vamos conferir se está gravando. Tem muito tempo que eu não apareço para finalizar esse estágio. Então eu vou finalizar esse estágio hoje, mesmo tem que manter a constância, mesmo mal, né? Então vou fazer aqui, eu vou transmitir essa live, eu tô transmitindo essa live aqui nesse canal Mystical English e no Facebook. E eu tô local aqui no meu tablet, né? Eu vou entrar do outro lado do mundo, lá em casa, lá no Brasil, que eu tô na Califórnia. Então é isso. Aqui estou eu no meu carro e eu quero mostrar, antes de eu começar esse projeto, aqui eu estou na América, estou aqui no meu carro, mas aonde eu estou trabalhando, eu estou trabalhando nesta estação que eu e meu irmão estamos ainda montando. Eu vou mostrar aqui. Deixa eu parar essa deixa eu olhar se tá transmitindo, né? Vamos ver. Está. Vamos ver no YouTube. Também está. Coisa boa. Então deixa eu desligar essa música. Eu quero fazer a propaganda desse canal Space Wave Cosmic. É muito bom. O dia que o rapaz vier, você tá usando minhas músicas, eu vou ter que falar com ele. Suas músicas é muito boa. Então eu uso essa trilha para imergir. E o que eu ia mostrar, eu vou trabalhar do outro lado, né? Tô montando uma estação ainda, eu e meu irmão. É essa aqui. Então é só o início. Isso aqui é só o início. Mas esse ano de 2023 eu vejo muita coisa boa, né? Então já apresentei a área de trabalho, só para vocês entenderem. Eu estou no meu tablet, ó. Aqui eu tô local e aqui eu estou nesse local aqui. Então beleza, já apresentei. Não preciso mais dessa câmera. Vamos ligar essa. Estou no início novamente. também não vou precisar dessa câmera não. Vou deixar ela pequenininha aqui, né?
Lesson 10. Present continuous. Home. Speak. That. Present continuous. Positive. I am speaking. You are speaking. He, she, it is speaking. We, you, they are speaking. What am I doing?
You're opening the book.
What am I doing?
You're closing the book.
What am I doing?
You're going to the door.
Are you speaking English?
I'm speaking English.
Is she sitting in a chair?
Yes, she's sitting on a chair.
Present continuous. Negative. I am not speaking. You are not speaking. He, she, it is not speaking. We, you, they are not speaking. Am I writing in the book?
No, you aren't writing in the book. You're reading the book.
Are you speaking Italian?
No, I'm not speaking Italian. I'm speaking English.
Is he standing on the floor?
No, he is standing on the floor. He's sitting on the chair.
Is she speaking French?
No, she isn't speaking French. She's speaking English.
Are we going home?
No, we aren't going home. We're remaining in the room.
Are they standing behind the house?
No, they aren't standing behind the house. They're standing in front of the house.
Present continuous. Questions. Positive. You are speaking. Question. Are you speaking? Are you sitting on a chair?
Yes, I'm sitting on a chair.
What am I doing?
You're closing the book.
Present simple. Do. Does. Japanese. Chinese. Present simple. Positive. I, you speak. He, she, it speaks. We, you, they speak. What's the difference between the present continuous and the present simple?
The difference between the present continuous and the present simple is that we use the present continuous for an action we are doing now, whereas we use the present simple for an action we do generally.
Are you reading that book?
No, I'm not reading this book.
Do you read that book?
Yes, I read this book.
Are you writing?
No, I'm not writing.
Do you write?
Yes, I write.
Am I going to the door?
No, you aren't going to the door. You're remaining on the chair.
Do I go to the door after the lesson?
Yes, you go to the door after the lesson.
Is he going home?
No, he isn't going home. He's remaining in the room.
Does he go home after the lesson?
Yes, he goes home after the lesson.
Is she speaking?
No, she isn't speaking.
Does she speak?
Yes, she speaks.
Do not. Don't. Does not. Doesn't. Remain. Present simple. Negative. I, you, do not speak. He, she, it does not speak. We, you, they do not speak. What's the negative of I speak?
The negative of I speak is I don't speak.
Do you remain here after the lesson?
No, I don't remain here after the lesson. I go home.
Do they speak Japanese?
No, they don't speak Japanese, they speak English.
Do I read books in Chinese?
No, you don't read books in Chinese, you read books in English.
What's the negative of he speaks?
The negative of he speaks is he doesn't speak.
Does he speak Japanese?
No, he doesn't speak Japanese, he speaks English.
Does he remain here after the lesson?
No, he doesn't remain here after the lesson, he goes home after the lesson.
Does she write in German?
No, she doesn't write in German, she writes in English.
Present simple. Questions. Do I, you speak? Does he, she, it speak? Do we, you, they speak?
Lesson 11. About page. About how many people are there in your country?
There are about 50 million people in my country.
About how many things are there in this room?
There are about 20 things in this room.
About how many pages are there in this book?
There are about 150 pages in that book.
Can you speak your language?
Yes, I can speak my language.
Can you touch that book?
Yes, I can touch that book.
Can you read and write?
Yes, I can read and write.
Like, dislike, cinema, television. Do you like your city?
Yes, I like my city.
Do you dislike the cinema?
No, I don't dislike the cinema. I like the cinema.
Do you like that picture?
Yes, I like that picture.
Do you dislike television?
No, I don't dislike television. I like television.
Does he dislike television?
No, he doesn't dislike television. He likes television.
Right? Left. Which hand's this?
It's your left hand.
Which hand's this?
It's your right hand.
Put your right hand on that book, please. What's he doing?
He is putting his right hand on that book.
Close your left eye, please. What's he doing?
He's closing his left.
Moving. Still. Completely. Is my hand moving?
No, your hand isn't moving. It's still.
Am I standing still?
No, you aren't standing still. You're moving.
Are all the parts of your body still now?
No, not all the parts of my body are still now. My mouth and my tongue, etc., are moving.
Do you generally sit completely still in the lesson?
No, I don't generally sit completely still in the lesson. I move.
Does he generally sit completely still in the lesson?
No, he doesn't generally sit completely still in the lesson. He moves.
Wearing. Wear. Glasses. What clothes are you wearing?
I'm wearing shoes, socks, a suit, etc.
Are you wearing glasses?
Yes, I'm wearing glasses.
Are you wearing a hat?
No, I'm not wearing a hat.
Do you wear a hat?
Yes, I wear a hat.
Are you wearing a coat?
No, I'm not wearing a coat.
Do you wear a coat?
Yes, I wear a coat.
Wearing. Wear. Glasses. What clothes are you wearing?
I'm wearing shoes, socks, a suit, etc.
Are you wearing glasses?
Yes, I'm wearing glasses.
Are you wearing a hat?
No, I'm not wearing a hat.
Do you wear a hat?
Yes, I wear a hat.
Are you wearing a coat?
No, I'm not wearing a coat.
Do you wear a coat?
Yes, I wear a coat.
With. What am I doing?
You're touching your nose with your finger.
Do we speak with our mouths?
Yes, we speak with our mouths.
Do we read with our eyes?
Yes, we read with our eyes.
Half. How much is half of 100?
50 is half of 100.
How much is half of 13?
6½ is half of 13.
Are half of the people in this school men?
Yes, half of the people in this school are men.
Tell me your name, please.
My name's Mr. Long.
What's he doing?
He's telling you his name.
Tell me the name of the capital of Russia, please.
Moscow's the capital of Russia.
What's he doing?
He's telling you the name of the capital of Russia.
Lesson 12. Russian. Greek. Are you Russian or Greek?
No, I'm not Russian or Greek. I'm English.
Do you speak Greek?
No, I don't speak Greek. I speak English.
Prefer. Tea. Coffee. Which do you prefer? The cinema or television?
I prefer the cinema to television.
Which do you prefer? Tea or coffee?
I prefer coffee to tea.
Which does she prefer? Tea or coffee?
She prefers coffee to tea.
Do the English generally prefer coffee?
No, the English don't generally prefer coffee. They generally prefer tea.
Both. But are both my hands on the table?
Yes, both your hands are on the table.
Are both these books open?
Yes, both these books are open.
Which is it right to say? Both us or both of us?
It's right to say both of us.
Are both of you sitting?
Yes, both of us are sitting.
Do both of them speak English?
Yes, both of them speak English.
Are both of us speaking English?
Yes, both of us are speaking English.
Are we both sitting?
No, we aren't both sitting. I'm sitting, but you're standing.
Mean. Hello. Goodbye. Thank you. What does the word hello mean in...
The word hello means in.
What does the word goodbye mean in...
The word goodbye means in.
What do the words thank you mean in...
The words thank you mean in.
Language. European, Asian, Germany. Which language are we speaking now?
We're speaking English now.
Which language do you generally speak?
I generally speak English.
Which language does she generally speak?
She generally speaks English.
Is Chinese a European language?
No, Chinese isn't a European language. It's an Asian language.
Is Germany an Asian country?
No, Germany isn't an Asian country. It's a European country.
I have not. I haven't. You have not. You haven't. He has not. He isn't. She has not. She hasn't. It has not. It hasn't. We have not. We haven't. You have not. You haven't. They have not. They haven't. Only. What's the negative of I have?
The negative of I have is I have not.
What's the contraction of I have not?
The contraction of I have not is I haven't.
Have I got 4 arms?
No, you haven't got 4 arms. You've only got 2 arms.
Have you got 2 heads?
No, I haven't got 2 heads. I've only got 1 head.
Has he only got one hand?
No, he hasn't only got one hand. He's got two hands.
Has she got two noses?
No, she hasn't got two noses. She's only got one nose.
Have you only got one mouth?
No, we haven't only got one mouth. We've got two mouths.
Have they got 8 ears?
No, they haven't got 8 ears. They've only got 4 ears.
The same as. Different from. Japan. Are your shoes the same as my shoes?
No, my shoes aren't the same as your shoes. They're different from your shoes.
Are the French the same as the Russians?
No, the French aren't the same as the Russians. They're different from the Russians.
Are your eyes the same color as my eyes?
No, my eyes aren't the same color as your eyes. They're a different color from your eyes.
Do the people in Germany speak the same language as the people in Japan?
No, the people in Germany don't speak the same language as the people in Japan. They speak a different language from the people in Japan.
Which is it right to say? People are, or people is?
It's right to say people are.
Lesson 13. Anybody. Non-specific. Somebody. Not anybody. Who. Specific. Mrs. Brown, Mr. Smith, etc. Nobody. What do the words anybody and somebody mean?
The words anybody and somebody mean...
What's the difference between anybody and somebody?
The difference between anybody and somebody is that we use anybody in questions and negative sentences, whereas we use somebody in positive sentences.
Anybody. Is there anybody in this room?
Yes, there's somebody in this room.
Is there anybody speaking to you?
Yes, there's somebody speaking to me.
Is there anybody sitting there on that chair?
Yes, there's somebody sitting there on that chair.
Not anybody. Corridor. Is there anybody sitting on the floor?
No, there isn't anybody sitting on the floor.
Is there anybody in this room wearing a hat?
No, there isn't anybody in this room wearing a hat.
Is there anybody in the corridor?
No, there isn't anybody in the corridor.
Nobody. Who's speaking English in this room?
We're speaking English in this room.
Who's speaking French in this room?
Nobody's speaking French in this room.
Who's wearing clothes in this room?
We're wearing clothes in this room.
Who's wearing a hat in this room?
Nobody's wearing a hat in this room.
Who's giving you an English lesson?
You're giving me an English lesson.
Who's in the corridor?
Nobody's in the corridor.
Walk. What am I doing?
You're walking.
Where am I walking to?
You're walking to the window.
Do you like walking?
Yes, I like walking.
Does he like walking?
Yes, he likes walking.
Mr. Brown's. Is this Mr. Brown's dress?
No, it isn't Mr. Brown's dress, it's Mrs. Brown's dress.
Is this Mr. Brown's shirt?
Yes, it's Mr. Brown's shirt.
Is this Mr. Brown's arm?
No, it isn't Mr. Brown's arm, it's Mrs. Brown's arm.
Is this Mr. Smith's ear?
No, it isn't Mr. Smith's ear, it's Mr. Brown's ear.
Is this David's book?
No, it isn't David's book, it's Paul's book.
Stand up. Sit down. Up. Down. What's my right hand doing?
Your right hand's moving up and down.
What am I doing?
You're sitting down.
What am I doing?
You're standing up.
Do you sit down after the lesson?
No, I don't sit down after the lesson. I stand up after the lesson.
Cannot. Can't. What's the negative of can?
The negative of can is cannot.
What's the contraction of cannot?
The contraction of cannot is can't.
Can you speak Chinese?
No, I can't speak Chinese.
Can you put the table into your pocket?
No, I can't put the table into my pocket.
Can you touch the ceiling?
No, I can't touch the ceiling.
Quarter. How much is a quarter of 40?
10 is a quarter of 40.
How much is a quarter of 1,000?
250 is a quarter of 1,000.
What's a quarter of 10?
2 1/2 is a quarter of 10.
What's a quarter of 5?
1 1/4 is a quarter of 5.
Teach. Learn. Spanish. Are you teaching me English?
No, I'm not teaching you English. I'm learning English from you.
Do you learn Spanish?
No, I don't learn Spanish. I learn English.
Do you like learning a language?
Yes, I like learning a language.
Does she like learning a language?
Yes, she likes learning a language.
Lesson 14. Easy. Difficult. Grammar. Is English grammar difficult?
No, English grammar isn't difficult. It's easy.
Is Chinese an easy language to learn?
No, Chinese isn't an easy language to learn. It's a difficult language to learn.
Is it difficult for you to speak your language?
No, it isn't difficult for me to speak my language. It's easy.
It's generally easy for people to write with their left hand.
No, it isn't generally easy for people to write with their left hand. It's difficult.
Hang. Map. What's my pen doing?
Your pen's hanging between your finger and your thumb.
Is there a light hanging from the ceiling?
Yes, there's a light hanging from the ceiling.
Is there a map hanging on that wall?
No, there isn't a map hanging on that wall.
By. Car. Bus. Train. School. Do you go home after the lesson by car, by bus, by train, or do you go home?
I go home after the lesson by bus.
Which do you prefer? To walk or go by car?
I prefer to walk.
Do you come to school by train or by bus?
I come to school by bus.
Does he come to school by train or by bus?
He comes to school by bus.
Married. Single. Miss. Are you married?
No, I'm not married. I'm single.
Is Mr. Brown single?
No, Mr. Brown isn't single. He's married.
Is Miss Brown married?
No, Miss Brown isn't married. She's single.
Husband. Wife. Has Mr. Brown got a wife?
Yes, Mr. Brown's got a wife.
Has Mrs. Brown got a husband?
Yes, Mrs. Brown's got a husband.
Is Mrs. Brown's husband standing behind the house?
No, Mrs. Brown's husband isn't standing behind the house. He's standing in front of the house.
Mother. Father. What's your mother's name?
My mother's name is Catherine.
What's your father's name?
My father's name is Alan.
What's your father's wife's name?
My father's wife's name is Catherine.
What's your mother's husband's name?
My mother's husband's name is Alan.
Child. Children. Only child. What's the plural of child?
The plural of child is children.
How many children have your mother and father got?
My mother and father have got 3 children.
Are you an only child?
No, I'm not an only child. I have 1 brother and 1 sister.
Call. Mum. Dad. What do we call this?
We call this an arm.
What do we call the people? What do we call the thing we wear on our heads?
We call the thing we wear on our heads a hat.
What do people generally call their mother and father?
People generally call their mother and father mum and dad.
One, the other. Are both my hands on the table?
No, both your hands aren't on the table. One's on the table and the other's on your arm.
Are both my hands closed?
No, both your hands aren't closed. One's closed and the other's open.
Are both these pencils red?
No, both these pencils aren't red. One's red and the other's grey.
Kind. What's this?
It's a book.
What kind of book is this?
It's an English book.
What kind of room is this?
It's a classroom.
What kind of car do you prefer?
I prefer a Rolls Royce.
Lesson 15. Preposition. Give me some examples of prepositions, please.
Some examples of prepositions are on, under, in, and from.
Where do you come from?
I come from London.
Where do I come from?
You come from London.
What do we speak with?
We speak with our mouths.
Where am I taking the book from?
You're taking the book from the table.
What am I putting the pen under?
You're putting the pen under the book.
What are you sitting on?
I'm sitting on a chair.
North, south, east, west, cardinal point, Paris. Tell me the names of the 4 cardinal points, please.
The names of the 4 cardinal points are north, south, east, and west.
Is Greece west of Italy?
No, Greece isn't west of Italy, it's east of Italy.
Is Paris in the south of France?
No, Paris isn't in the south of France, it's in the north of France.
Is Germany or west of Italy?
Germany isn't east or west of Italy, it's north of Italy.
Place. Some of. How many places are there in this room?
There are 14 places in this room.
Is there anybody sitting in that place?
Yes, there's somebody sitting in that place.
Tell me the names of some of the places you like in this country.
The names of some of the places I like in this country are Oxford, Cambridge, and York.
Opposite. What's the opposite of high?
The opposite of high is low.
What's the opposite of behind?
The opposite of behind is in front of.
What's the opposite of tall?
The opposite of tall is short.
What's the opposite of the verb to teach?
The opposite of the verb to teach is to learn.
Without. What's the opposite of with?
The opposite of with is without.
Can we write with a pen or a pencil?
No, we can't write without a pen or a pencil.
Can we speak without opening our mouths?
No, we can't speak without opening our mouths.
Can you read without wearing glasses?
Yes, I can read without wearing glasses.
Verb. Noun. Translation. What's the difference between a verb and noun?
The difference between a verb and a noun is that a verb is a word we use for an action, whereas a noun is the name of a thing.
Give me an example of a verb, please.
Take is a verb.
Give me an example of a noun.
Book is a noun.
Is the word translation a verb or a noun?
The word translation is a noun.
During, about. Do we speak Italian during the lesson?
No, we don't speak Italian during the lesson. We speak English.
Do you walk about the room during the lesson?
No, I don't walk about the room during the lesson. I sit on my chair.
Does he walk about the room during the lesson?
No, he doesn't walk about the room during the lesson. He sits on his chair.
About how many questions do you answer during the lesson?
I answer about 30 questions during the lesson.
Lesson 16. Some. Are all the people in this town men?
No, not all the people in this town are men. Some are men and some are women.
Are all the cars in Europe Fords?
No, not all the cars in Europe are Fords. Some are Fords and some are Fiats, Renaults, Volkswagens, Volvos, etc.
Are all the people in this place married?
No, not all the people in this place are married. Some are married and some are single.
Do all the people in Europe speak Spanish?
No, not all the people in Europe speak Spanish. Some speak Spanish and some speak other languages.
Anything, non-specific. Something, not anything. What, specific? A light, a picture, nothing, anything. Have I got anything in my right hand?
Yes, you've got something in your right hand.
Is there anything on the table?
Yes, there's something on the table.
Are you wearing anything on your feet?
Yes, I'm wearing something on my feet.
Not anything. Have I got anything in my left hand?
No, you haven't got anything in your left hand.
Is there anything there on the floor?
No, there isn't anything there on the floor.
Are you wearing anything on your head?
No, I'm not wearing anything on my head.
Nothing. What have I got in my right hand?
You've got a pen in your right hand.
What have I got in my left hand?
You've got nothing in your left hand.
What's on the table?
There are some books, some pens, etc. on the table.
What's there on the floor?
There's nothing there on the floor.
What are you wearing on your feet?
I'm wearing shoes on my feet.
What are you wearing on your head?
I'm wearing nothing on my head.
Only one negative. Have I got anything in my hand?
Yes, you've got something in your hand.
Have I got nothing in my hand?
No, you haven't got nothing in your hand. You've got something in your hand.
What does this sentence mean? I'm not eating nothing.
I'm not eating nothing means I'm eating something.
Front, back, top, bottom, side. What part of the book is this?
It's the front of the book.
Is this the front part of my body?
No, it isn't the front part of your body. It's the back part of your body.
Where's the pen?
The pen's on the top of the book.
What's on the top of my head?
Your hair's on the top of your head.
Are my ears on the back of my head?
No, your ears aren't on the back of your head. They're on the sides of your head.
Are you sitting on my left-hand side or on my right-hand side?
I'm sitting on your right-hand side.
Smell. What am I doing?
You're smelling your wrist.
What do we smell with?
We smell with our noses.
Has the table got any smell?
No, the table hasn't got any smell.
Address. Street. What's the address of this school?
The address of this school is 139 Oxford Street, London, W1A 2JA.
What's your address?
My address is 2 King Street, Chelsea, London, SW3 2HH.
Lesson 17. Many. Few. Match. Matchbox. Are there many people in a small village?
No, there aren't many people in a small village. There are few people in a small village.
Are there few people in a large city?
No, there aren't few people in a large city. There are many people in a large city.
Have you and I got many pens?
No, you and I haven't got many pens. We've got few pens.
Are there few matches in a matchbox?
No, there aren't few matches in a matchbox. There are many matches in a matchbox.
Friend. Friendly. Have you got any friends?
Yes, I've got some friends.
Do you think the people in your town are friendly?
No, I don't think the people in my town are friendly. They're unfriendly.
Are the countries of Europe generally friends now?
Yes, the countries of Europe are generally friends now.
Into. In. That. Another. What am I doing?
You're putting your pen into your pocket.
Where's my pen now?
Your pen's in your pocket now.
What am I doing?
You're coming into the classroom.
Where am I now?
You're in the classroom now.
What's the difference between into and in?
The difference between into and in is that we use into for a thing that moves from one place to another, and in for a thing that remains in one place.
See. Such as. What can you see in this room?
I can see many things in this room, such as some students, a table, a clock.
Can you see her?
Yes, I can see her.
Can you see anything in my left hand?
No, I can't see anything in your left hand.
Why? Because. Similar. To. Greenwich. What's the difference between why and because?
The difference between why and because is that we generally use why in questions and because in answers.
Can you touch the ceiling?
No, I can't touch the ceiling.
Why not?
Because the ceiling's too high for me to touch.
Can you put this book into your pocket?
No, I can't put that book into my pocket.
Why not?
Because that book's too large to go into my pocket.
Call Grantchester in England a city.
No, we can't call Grantchester in England a city.
Why not?
Because Grantchester is too small for us to call a city. Grantchester is a village.
Second. Minute. Hour. Make. How many seconds make a minute?
60 seconds make a minute.
How many minutes make an hour?
60 minutes make an hour.
Can you make a suit?
Yes, I can make a suit.
Adjective. Give me some examples of adjectives, please.
Some examples of adjectives are black, white, large.
Is the word book an adjective?
No, the word book isn't an adjective, it's a noun.
Which word is the adjective in this sentence? The green pen is on the floor.
The word green is the adjective in this sentence.
In English, do we put an adjective before or after a noun?
In English, we put an adjective before a noun.
Give me an example, please.
A blue book, a high ceiling, and easy language.
Lesson 18. Food. Do you like food?
Yes, I like food.
Do you like all food?
Yes, I like all food.
Do people generally dislike the smell of food?
No, people don't generally dislike the smell of food. They like the smell of food.
Son, daughter. How many sons has your dad got?
My dad's got one son.
How many daughters has your mum got?
My mum's got 2 daughters.
Are you a son or a daughter?
I'm a daughter.
Brother, sister. Have you got any brothers?
Yes, I've got a brother.
Have you got any sisters?
Yes, I've got a sister.
How many brothers and sisters have you got?
I've got 1 brother and 1 sister.
Parents, relatives, relations, family, uncle, aunt, cousin. What's the difference between parents and relatives?
The difference between parents and relatives is that parents are mother and father, whereas relatives are all the other people in the family, such as brothers, sisters, uncles, aunts, cousins, etc.
What does the word uncle mean?
The word uncle means your mother's brother or your father's brother.
What does the word aunt mean?
The word aunt means your mother's sister or your father's sister.
What does the word cousin mean?
The word cousin means your uncle's child or your aunt's child.
More than. Have you got more fingers than thumbs on your hands?
Yes, I've got more fingers than thumbs on my hands.
Are there more people in a town than in a village?
Yes, there are more people in a town than in a village.
Are there more pages in this book than in that book?
Yes, there are more pages in this book than in that book.
Break. What am I doing?
You're breaking your pen.
Can you break the window with a chair?
Yes, I can break the window with a chair.
Can you break the table with your hands?
No, I can't break the table with my hands.
Out of. What am I doing?
You're putting your pen into your pocket.
What am I doing?
You're taking your pen out of your pocket.
What am I doing?
You're going out of the classroom.
What am I doing?
You're coming into the classroom.
What am I doing?
You're putting your hands into your pockets.
What am I doing?
You're taking your hands out of your pockets.
Do you go out of the classroom before the lesson?
No, I don't go out of the classroom before the lesson. I come into the classroom before the lesson.
Think. About how many people do you think there are in France?
I think there are about 65 million people in France.
Do you think there's anybody in the other room?
Yes, I think there's somebody in the other room.
What do you think I've got in my pocket?
I think you've got a pen in your pocket.
Good, bad, good at, bad at. Is this a bad pen?
No, it isn't a bad pen, it's a good pen.
Do you think that's a good picture?
Yes, I think that's a good picture.
Are all children good children?
No, not all children are good children. Some are good and some are bad.
Are all students good at learning languages?
No, not all students are good at learning languages. Some are good at learning languages and some are bad at learning languages.
Instead of. Do you prefer tea instead of coffee?
Yes, I prefer tea instead of coffee.
Do you prefer coming to school instead of going to the cinema?
No, I don't prefer coming to school instead of going to the cinema. I prefer going to the cinema instead of coming to school.
Do you prefer walking instead of going by car?
Yes, I prefer walking instead of going by car.
Lesson 19. Bread, butter, rice. What do we put on our bread?
We put butter on our bread.
Do you like bread without butter?
Yes, I like bread without butter.
What colour's butter?
Butter's yellow or white.
Do you prefer white or brown rice?
I prefer brown rice.
Carry. What am I doing?
You're carrying your chair to the window.
Do you think you can carry this table on your back?
No, I don't think I can carry this table on my back.
Am I carrying a tie?
No, you aren't carrying a tie. You're wearing a tie.
Am I wearing a handkerchief?
No, you aren't wearing a handkerchief. You're carrying a handkerchief.
No, not any. What can we say instead of not any books?
We can say no books instead of not any books.
Give me another example, please.
They haven't got any friends, or they have no friends.
Here. Can you hear me speaking to you?
Yes, I can hear you speaking to me.
Can you hear anybody in the other room?
Yes, I can hear somebody in the other room.
What do we hear with?
We hear with our ears.
Drive. Can you drive a car?
Yes, I can drive a car.
Is there anybody in your family who can't drive a car?
Yes, there's somebody in my family who can't drive a car.
Money? Pence? Pound? How much money have you got in your pocket?
I've got about £10 in my pocket.
How many pence make a pound?
100 pence make a pound.
How many euros make a pound?
About 1.2 euros make a pound.
Fewer than. Have I got more thumbs than fingers on my hands?
No, you haven't got more thumbs than fingers on your hands. You've got fewer thumbs than fingers on your hands.
Are there more pages in this book than in that book?
No, there aren't more pages in this book than in that book. There are fewer pages in this book than in that book.
Are there more people in Europe than in Asia?
No, there aren't more people in Europe than in Asia. There are fewer people in Europe than in Asia.
Are there more tables in school than chairs?
No, there aren't more tables in this school than chairs. There are fewer tables in this school than chairs.
Watch. What's the difference between a watch and a clock?
The difference between a watch and a clock is that we wear a watch on our wrist, whereas we hang a clock on the wall or put it on a table.
What's the difference between wear and carry?
The difference between wear and carry is that we use wear for a thing that is on the body, whereas we use carry for a thing that is not on the body.
Is there a clock in this room?
Yes, there's a clock in this room.
Am I carrying a watch?
No, you aren't carrying a watch. You're wearing a watch.
What are you carrying in your pocket?
I'm carrying a pen in my pocket.
Lesson 20. Time. Past. To. By. O'clock. What's the time by this clock?
It's 3 o'clock, etc.
What's the time now, please?
It's 11 o'clock now.
Day. week, month, year. How many seconds make a minute?
60 seconds make a minute.
How many minutes make an hour?
60 minutes make an hour.
How many hours make a day?
24 hours make a day.
How many days make a week?
7 days make a week.
How many weeks make a month?
4 weeks make a month.
How many months make a year?
12 months make a year.
Also, give me an example of the word also, please.
I can speak my language, and I can also speak English.
Meat. Sugar. Do you like meat?
Yes, I like meat.
What color's sugar?
Sugar's white or brown.
Do you put sugar on your meat?
No, I don't put sugar on my meat. I put it in my tea or coffee.
Count. From. 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What am I doing?
You're counting.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10. What am I doing?
You're counting the numbers from 6 to 10.
Count the numbers from 100 to 105, please.
100, 101, 102, 103, 104, 105.
What's he doing?
He's counting the numbers from 100 to 105.
My, your, his, her, its, our, your, their. Possessive pronouns. Mine, yours, his, hers, ours, yours, theirs. What are the possessive adjectives?
The possessive adjectives are my, your, etc.
What are the possessive pronouns?
The possessive pronouns are mine, yours, etc.
What's the difference between a possessive adjective and a possessive pronoun?
The difference between a possessive adjective and a possessive pronoun is that we put a possessive adjective in front of a noun, whereas we use a possessive pronoun instead of a noun.
Give an example, please.
This is my book. This book is mine. This is mine.
Mine. Yours. Is this your ear?
No, that isn't my ear. It's your ear.
Is this ear yours?
No, that ear isn't mine. It's yours.
Is that nose mine?
No, this nose isn't yours. It's mine.
His. Hers. Is that dress his?
No, that dress isn't his. It's hers.
Is that suit hers?
No, that suit isn't hers. It's his.
Are those hands his?
No, those hands aren't his. They're hers.
Are those arms hers?
No, those arms aren't hers. They're his.
Ours. Theirs. Are those legs ours?
No, those legs aren't ours. They're theirs.
Are these their books?
No, these aren't their books. They're our books.
Are these books theirs?
No, these books aren't theirs. They're ours.
Infinitive. Give me some examples of verbs in the infinitive, please.
Some examples of verbs in the infinitive. To come, to go, to take, etc.
Auxiliary verb. Do. Which word is the auxiliary verb in this sentence? They can open the window.
The word can is the auxiliary verb in that sentence.
Which word is the auxiliary verb in this sentence? Do they walk to school?
The word do is the auxiliary verb in that sentence.
What does the verb to do mean?
The verb to do means
What am I doing?
you're going out of the room.
What do I do after the lesson?
You go out of the room after the lesson.
What do you do before the lesson?
I sit down before the lesson.
What am I doing?
You're standing up.
What do you do after the lesson?
I stand up after the lesson.
Lesson 21. The most. Of these three books, which book has the most pages?
Of these three books, this book has the most pages.
Which city in this country has the most people?
London is the city in this country which has the most people.
Which person in your family reads the most books?
My father is the person in my family who reads the most books.
Which school in this town has the most students?
The Callan School is the school in this town which has the most students.
Beautiful. Handsome. Ugly. Do you think Paris is an ugly city?
No, I don't think Paris is an ugly city. I think it's a beautiful city.
Do you think Siberia is a beautiful place?
No, I don't think Siberia is a beautiful place. I think it's an ugly place.
Do you think Angelina Jolie is ugly?
No, I don't think Angelina Jolie is ugly. I think she's beautiful.
Which do you think is the most beautiful place in this country?
I think London is the most beautiful place in this country.
Eat. What am I doing?
You're eating.
Do you eat all food?
No, I don't eat all food. Some I eat, and some I don't eat.
Do you eat bread without butter?
Yes, I eat bread without butter.
What do we eat with?
We eat with our mouths.
Drink. Water. Wine. Milk. What am I doing?
You're drinking.
Do you drink tea?
Yes, I drink tea.
Can you drink meat?
No, we can't drink meat. We eat meat.
Tell me the names of some drinks, please.
The names of some drinks are water, wine, and milk.
What colour's water?
Water has no colour.
Is there a drink on the table?
Yes, there's a drink on the table.
Do you drink wine?
Yes, I drink wine.
Which drink do you prefer, milk or water?
I prefer water.
Metal. Gold. Silver. Steel. Iron. Tell me the names of 4 metals, please.
The names of 4 metals are gold, silver, steel, and iron.
Made of. Key. Plastic. Is your watch made of plastic?
No, my watch isn't made of plastic. It's made of gold.
What's a key generally made of?
A key's generally made of steel.
Are you wearing anything made of silver?
Yes, I'm wearing something made of silver.
Cost. How much do you think this pen costs?
I think that pen costs about £1.
Do your shoes cost more than your handkerchief?
Yes, my shoes cost more than my handkerchief.
How much does the cinema cost in this town?
The cinema costs about £12 in this town.
Like. What does the word like mean, not the verb?
The word like means similar to or such as.
Is this book like that book?
Yes, this book is like that book.
Is your face the same as your father's?
No, my face isn't the same as my father's. It's like my father's.
Do you eat different kinds of food, like Chinese, Indian, Spanish, etc.?
Yes, I eat different kinds of food, like Chinese, Indian, Spanish, etc.
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, weekend. Tell me the names of the days of the week, please.
The names of the days of the week are Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday and Sunday.
What do we call Saturday and Sunday?
We call Saturday and Sunday the weekend.
Today, yesterday, tomorrow, was, will be, to be. What's today?
Today's Tuesday.
What was yesterday?
Yesterday was Monday.
What will tomorrow be?
Tomorrow will be Wednesday.
What will the day after tomorrow be?
The day after tomorrow will be Thursday.
What was the day before yesterday?
The day before yesterday was Sunday.
Lesson 22. Want. At the moment. Do you want to break your pen?
No, I don't want to break my pen.
Do you want to break the window?
No, I don't want to break the window.
Do you want anything to eat at the moment?
Yes, I want something to eat at the moment.
Do you want anything to drink at the moment?
Yes, I want something to drink at the moment.
Do you have? You don't have. Do you have anything in your pocket?
Yes, I have something in my pocket.
What do they have on their feet?
They have shoes on their feet.
Do you have any relatives in this town?
Yes, I have some relatives in this town.
Begin, end, last, how long? At what time does the lesson begin?
The lesson begins at 10:30.
At what time does the lesson end?
The lesson ends at 11:20.
How long does the lesson last?
The lesson lasts 50 minutes.
Cheap, expensive, Rolls-Royce. Is this pen expensive?
No, that pen isn't expensive. It's cheap.
Is a Rolls-Royce cheap?
No, a Rolls-Royce isn't cheap. It's expensive.
Is my handkerchief expensive?
No, your handkerchief isn't expensive. It's cheap.
The fewest. Of these three books, has this book got the most pages?
No, of these three books, that book hasn't got the most pages. It's got the fewest pages.
Which person in your family reads the fewest books?
My sister is the person in my family who reads the fewest books.
Of these three countries, Germany, France and Greece, has Greece got the most people?
No, of those three countries, Greece hasn't got the most people. It's got the fewest people.
Building. About how many rooms are there in this building?
There are about 20 rooms in this building.
Is this building low?
No, this building isn't low. It's high.
Inside, outside, stomach. What part of the box is this?
It's the inside of the box.
What part of the box is this?
It's the outside of the box.
What can you see outside this window?
I can see a building, etc. outside this window.
Are we sitting outside in the corridor?
No, we aren't sitting outside in the corridor. We're sitting inside the classroom.
Is there any food inside our stomachs after eating?
Yes, there's some food inside our stomachs after eating.
Some. What's the plural of a?
The plural of a is some.
What's the plural of a book?
The plural of a book is some books.
What can you see in this classroom?
I can see some books, some pens, a teacher, a door, etc. in this classroom.
Have I got a thumb on my left hand?
Yes, you've got a thumb on your left hand.
Have I got any fingers on my left hand?
Yes, You've got some fingers on your left hand.
Well. Can you hear well?
Yes, I can hear well.
Can you see well?
Yes, I can see well.
Can you speak English well?
Yes, I can speak English well.
Flower. Plant. Do you like the smell of flowers?
Yes, I like the smell of flowers.
Have you got any plants at home?
Yes, I've got some plants at home.
Whose? Whose book's this?
It's your book.
Whose hand's that?
It's her hand.
Whose suit's that?
It's Miss Brown's suit.
Love? Hate? Do children generally love going to school?
No, children don't generally love going to school. They generally hate going to school.
Do children hate their mothers?
No, children don't hate their mothers. They love their mothers.
Do you love eating bad food?
No, I don't love eating bad food. I hate eating bad food.
Do you hate all food?
No, I don't hate all food. Some I hate and some I love.
Lesson 23. Meal, breakfast, lunch, dinner, a day, morning, evening. Tell me the names of the 3 meals that people generally eat a day.
The names of the 3 meals that people generally eat a day are breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
What time do you have your breakfast?
I have my breakfast at 8 o'clock.
What time do you have your lunch?
I have my lunch at 1 o'clock.
What time does your dinner begin?
My dinner begins at 7 o'clock.
What time does your dinner end?
My dinner ends at 8 o'clock.
How long does her dinner last?
Her dinner lasts 1 hour.
Plate, bowl, knife, fork, spoon, chopsticks. What do we eat our food from?
We eat our food from a plate or a bowl.
What do we eat our food with?
We eat our food with a knife, fork and spoon, or with chopsticks.
Many, more than, the most. Few, fewer than, the fewest. Much, more than, the most. Little, less than, the least. Exception, quantity, singular. What's the difference between many and much?
The difference between many and much is that we use many with things we can count and much with things we can't count.
Give me a sentence with many in it, please.
There are many cars in a large city.
Give me a sentence with much in it.
I do not put much sugar in my tea.
What's the difference between few and little?
The difference between few and little is that we use few with things we can count and little with things we can't count.
Give me a sentence with few in it, please.
There are few tables in this school.
Give me a sentence with little in it.
I drink little milk.
Many, few. Are there many pictures on these walls?
No, there aren't many pictures on these walls. There are few pictures on these walls.
Are there few people in a large city?
No, there aren't few people in a large city. There are many people in a large city.
Much, little, a lot of, salt, pepper. Do you drink much water?
Yes, I drink a lot of water.
Do you drink little water?
No, I don't drink little water. I drink a lot of water.
Do you eat little bread?
No, I don't eat little bread. I eat a lot of bread.
Do you eat much salt?
No, I don't eat much salt. I eat little salt.
Do you put much pepper on your plate?
No, I don't put much pepper on my plate. I put little pepper on my plate.
Fewer than, less than, bank. What's the difference between fewer than and less than?
The difference between fewer than and less than is that we use fewer than with things we can count and less than with things we can't count.
Give me a sentence with fewer than in it, please.
There are fewer pictures in this room than chairs.
Give me a sentence with less than in it.
I eat less food than my brother.
Are there more people in Europe than in Asia?
No, there aren't more people in Europe than in Asia. There are fewer people in Europe than in Asia.
Do you drink more milk than water?
No, I don't drink more milk than water. I drink less milk than water.
Have you got more money than the Bank of England?
No, I haven't got more money than the Bank of England. I've got less money than the Bank of England.
Do you eat more meat than bread?
No, I don't eat more meat than bread. I eat less meat than bread.
Lesson 24. The first. The least. The one. What's the difference between the fewest and the least?
The difference between the fewest and the least is that we use the fewest with things we can count, whereas we use the least with things we can't count.
Give me a sentence with the fewest in it, please.
In my family, my brother is the one who reads the fewest books.
Give me a sentence with the least in it.
In my family, my sister is the one who eats the least bread.
Of these three books, has this book got the most pages?
No, of these three books, this book hasn't got the most pages, it's got the fewest pages.
Who eats the least food in your family?
My brother eats the least food in my family.
Who drinks the least coffee in your family?
My sister drinks the least coffee in my family.
Of these three foods, bread, meat and salt, do you eat salt the most?
No, of those three foods, bread, meat and salt, I don't eat salt the most, I eat it the least.
Of these three drinks, water, milk and wine, do you drink wine most?
No, of those three drinks, water, milk and wine, I don't drink wine the most, I drink it the least.
Opposite. Next to. Who's sitting opposite you?
A student is sitting opposite me.
Who's sitting next to you?
A student is sitting next to me.
What can you see opposite this building?
I can see another building, etc., opposite this building.
Work. Rest. Most people. Do most people rest from Monday to Friday?
No, most people don't rest from Monday to Friday. They work.
Do you think most people like working?
No, I don't think most people like working. I think they dislike working.
Do you work at the weekend?
Yes, I work at the weekend.
Glass. Wood. What's the window made of?
The window's made of glass.
Is the table made of plastic?
No, the table isn't made of plastic. It's made of wood.
Paper. Stone. What's this book made of?
This book's made of paper.
What's the wall of the house behind Mr. and Mrs. Brown made of?
The wall of the house behind Mr. and Mrs. Brown is made of stone.
Enough. Do you speak English well?
No, I don't speak English well, but I speak it well enough.
Are you tall enough to touch the ceiling?
No, I'm not tall enough to touch the ceiling. I'm too short.
Are you short enough to stand under the table?
No, I'm not short enough to stand under the table. I'm too tall.
Is my pocket large enough to put this book into?
No, your pocket isn't large enough to put that book into. It's too small.
That one. Repeat. What colour's this pencil?
This pencil is black.
What colour's that one?
That one's white.
Which pencil's red?
This pencil's red.
Which one's grey?
This one's grey.
Which book's open?
This book's open.
Which one's closed?
This one's closed.
Badly. Can you hear well with your fingers in your ears?
No, I can't hear well with my fingers in my ears. I hear badly.
Do you see badly?
No, I don't see badly. I see well.
Does this pen write badly?
No, this pen doesn't write badly. It writes well.
Do you speak your language badly?
No, I don't speak my language badly. I speak it well.
Telephone. Mobile. Phone. Call. Make a phone call. Is there a telephone in your family home?
Yes, there's a telephone in my family home.
Have you got a mobile phone in your pocket?
Yes, I've got a mobile phone in my pocket.
How many phone calls do you make a day?
I make about 3 phone calls a day.